As we know, Donald Trump seems to have no interest in conceding to the fact that he lost this election. Joe Biden has won. He is the president-elect. But according to Vanity Fair, and this is a literal headline by Bess Levin, Trump plans to barricade himself in the Oval Office and refuse to come out if Biden wins. He has told those closest to him that he refuses and will not concede. Donald Trump is not reasonable and he has no dignity. So instead, he's decided he'll keep fighting this thing well beyond the point that it's hugely embarrassing to do so, writes Vanity Fair. And even after that fails, refuse to acknowledge that he lost and that Joe Biden is going to be president. Trump apparently thinks he can just go on being president, even if the American people have fired him. According to CNN, Trump reportedly has not prepared a concession speech. It's amazing. And in conversations with allies in recent days, he has said he has no intention of conceding the election. And in the meantime, the Trump campaign is playing all sorts of games in their attempt to steal this election. In fact, Zachary Cohen from CNN tweets the following, and bear with me as I read this thread. The GOP member of a vote review panel in Gwinnett, Georgia, repeatedly argued Friday that write-in ballots for Mike Pence as president should count for Donald Trump, the group's Democratic representative tells me. The GOP panel member objected 5 to 6 times when write-in ballots for Pence were brought before the group, claiming those voters intended to vote for the Trump-Pence ticket, and therefore they should count for Trump. The argument was overruled each time, this person said. The source also tells me that the GOP review panel member in question was brought in during Friday's session to replace the original person who was serving as the party's representative. They called the swap disconcerting.
Okay, so let me comment on those one at a time. So if you bothered to write in Mike Pence, your intention was to vote for Mike Pence. It's not remotely unclear. Basically, you're saying, I'm a Republican. I like Pence, who's a good, solid right-wing evangelical Republican. I can't bear to vote for Donald Trump, who's at the top of the ticket, so I'm writing him in. Okay, but I don't have to read your intentions. Your intentions are actually irrelevant. You wrote Mike Pence. That's who you voted for. Why are they sending in guys like this? Just to gum up the works, just to delay the proceedings, challenge every single thing. It doesn't matter how absurd it is. So that's an attempt to thwart the actual results of the election. Now, to the earlier story about barricading himself in, I don't know if you got the memo, Trump, so I'll just show it to you so you're clear, okay? You're fired, okay? You're fired. That's the memo. So that's on shoptyt.com. And so, but you know what? Every time I say it, I get angrier at the networks. Biden right now, as we stand here, New York Times website, has a 1.8% lead in Nevada, over 22,000 votes. The only remaining districts are Democratic districts. What are you waiting for? So the longer you wait, the more Trump gets entrenched and his supporters get entrenched. And they say, oh, well, he's taking so long, it must be super close. And if Biden wins at the end, it must have been cheating. Call it already. Everybody knows he won. Everybody knows Biden won. Let's go, right? So, but look, at the end of the day, now unfortunately the day is going to stretch and stretch and stretch because apparently these networks are too scared of Trump to tell you what the truth is. So what's gonna happen is they gotta come and actually physically remove him from the building. And I told you about this how many months ago? We even did a petition about it. I told you this guy is like, when he says that he doesn't want to, they asked him 3 different times, do you want to do a peaceful transfer of power? And he did not give a clear yes. He said, well, it depends. No, it doesn't depend. You can barricade yourself in all you want, you lunatic dictator wannabe. But at some point, the Secret Service has to come and remove you from the building and then clear out the stench. And so we can have a president that actually believes in America. Could you imagine if any of these presidents, now Obama, it doesn't make sense because he never lost an election, but if he had and he just barricaded himself inside the White House, the right wing would have surrounded the building with weapons already by now, right? And so it's not a thing in America. It's not a thing in America. For you to say, I'm not gonna leave no matter what, even if everyone says you've lost the election, means you never believed in America. Un-American, un-American, un-American.
Let me give you more from this Vanity Fair article because I mean each paragraph is more amazing than the previous one. So it is a possibility the president did not consider in a serious way during the election, despite polls showing him with only a narrow path to victory, believing that looking past election day was bad luck. The delicate matter of a loss and the potential post-presidential life was not discussed widely among his team and was not raised often with the president, who believed adamantly he would win. Now people around Trump are working to identify who might be able to communicate to him the stark reality. There has been talk of potentially Jared Kushner or Ivanka Trump, though their willingness to lead a difficult intervention wasn't clear.
Now, what a baby, what a baby. Hey, let's get Ivanka. The baby listens to Ivanka. It's okay, Donnie, it's okay. I know it hurts, Donnie, I know it does. But you gotta stop crying now, Donnie. Okay, you've been crying for days and days. We gotta pack up, we gotta go, okay? But I don't wanna leave, I don't wanna leave. I mean, our president is so immature. They're strategizing inside his own White House. Which adult can we send to talk to him to get him to stop throwing a temper tantrum? Anna said this a couple of days ago, but my God, it's never been more right. The right wing who talked about a meltdown for us or any Democrats in 2016. You remember all the memes of like the woman crying in the streets, like go and then they would put that at meltdown. No. This is what a meltdown looks like.
This is a real meltdown.
When you barricade yourself in the White House and you're crying and well, to be fair, they didn't say crying, I'm saying crying. But you're so despondent and you're detached from reality, and they have to send your grown adult daughter to talk you down and say, Donnie, we might have to leave at some point. Okay, and so that's the conversation we're having now. That's a meltdown. Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR, so those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.